I was on vacation, shut down for Christmas, right? So uh, I decided this guy was telling me about Thanksgiving. And I remember I was wanting to watch Thanksgiving. So I bought it digitally on my Vadu, which is Fandango. And it's it's like an hour and 45 minutes and 50 it's an hour and 45 minutes and 56 seconds. It's sitting on an 84 Rotten Tomato. Uh, After Black Friday riot ends in tragedy, a mysterious Thanksgiving-inspired killer terrorizes Plymouth, Massachusetts, the birthplace of the holiday, picking off residents one by one. What begins as a random revenge killer is soon revealed as a part of a larger, sinister holiday plan. Will the town you know, uncover whoever's doing that? Uh, yeah. Uh, will the town uncover the killer and survive the holiday, or become guests as a twisted holiday dinner? You know what? If you really into like watching some really serious blood, guts, and gore, this is the movie for you. Because there was times I had to sit there, man. I was like, oh man, come on, man, damn. And this movie opens up where it was a Black Friday, and I remember sitting there going like this. I said, I do know of times where people did act that crazy on Black Friday, but I was watching that movie. I was like, you cannot be wanting to go in that store that bad, really? You know, and it might be, I don't really know what timepiece this was, but it looked current to me. But yeah, it was current. So I know it's a movie. But I think this movie knew what it was doing. You know what I mean? I really think it knew what it was doing, because I was sitting there going like this, man, this guy, man, I think he's doing a lot of this on purpose, because I was like, there was so many parts in this movie that was like, uh, I was like, oh, come on, man. This is Eli Roth is the one that produced this. And it's got Patrick Dempsey in it, and Rick Hoffman, and it I'm not gonna name off all the names, but it's got a nice little Rotten Tomatoes. But if you like a lot of blood, guts, and gore, it gets me though. I was actually literally pulled into this movie because I was trying to figure out who was doing all the killing. So I like that. It's kind of like it has a little bit of Scream. It has a lot of Scream uh, uh, influences in there. Like a lot of movies seem to have a lot of Scream influences that's in this type of category. Uh, yeah, this is not one though I'm gonna buy on. I usually buy digital, and I actually usually buy physical, but I don't think I'm do physical on this one though. But I ain't gonna lie, this was good, because you're trying to figure out who's doing this killing, and it had you thinking this way and that way. And I remember watching the movie, and I kept saying to myself, this is got a lot like, it's kind of like screaming. You know how scream movies are. Uh, because a lot of times when I watch movies like this, I say, boy, they're just taking the page out of the movie Scream, So, uh, but it's got a nice Rotten Tomatoes. Now after I got done watching it, I said, huh. And you can, if this does pretty good, they'll have a number two. But man, there was parts in there I was like, I'm not watching this, because there was a part in there where he's killing everybody, and he's making them into Thanksgiving. He's making them into a Thanksgiving buffet kind of thing. You know what I mean? And then he took this guy's wife, man. And he was gonna try to bake her. And I was watching this thing. I kept saying to myself, he ain't really gonna try to throw her in the oven, is it? And sure enough, he threw her in the oven. You know what I did? Boom! I fast forward. I said, I ain't watching that crap. I ain't into all that kind of stuff. That's too much suffering, man. You know what I mean? But he threw her in the oven though. And then, he was so mad because something happened in his life. Come find out whoever this guy was. He was killing these people that had something to do with that night where everybody busted in that store. And they wanted to go in that store real bad. But I'm watching this TV show, and I know that it was for entertainment only. So I'm sitting there going, man, there ain't no way I'm going out at night so I can go to the store at 9 o'clock to get something, when I got to look at all the people that's in the parking lot in the crowd. I'm like, Now, do they really have this product as many people as in here? Think about that. You go in there and you walk in there. I remember back in the day, man, when PS2 came out, there was a lot of people, you know, trying to get that PS2. So I remember stuff like that, but I don't remember them doing anything like this. But anyway, they ended up stepping on each other, stampeding, bust the door down. Some people died and all that like that. And then you got the year anniversary, and the guy's going to open up the store again on the Black Friday, and then all these killings start happening. But hmm. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's got some potential. I can't sit there and say I didn't like it. There's just times I just cringed because as much as I really like movies like this, you get a little bit. There's a part where he had all these people that had something to do with that night, that had something to do with hurting this killer. He was hurt by something that happened to him, something he lost near and dear to his heart. So he's he's paying all these people back for what happened that night. Anyway, he has them at this Thanksgiving dinner table, and then he pulls up that woman that he baked in the oven. Now I was like, oh my Lord. Oh, and had her like a her legs was up like a turkey and stuff. And then her husband was sitting there. He goes, "This is your wife," and he had him all gagged, and he started throwing up with this gagging. And then it showed him cutting her thigh, and it had the meat. And I went like this, man. This is too much. This is too much. But overall, again, did that take away the fact that I'm not saying this is not a halfway decent, pretty above average movie? No. There's just times I'm like, oh, come on, man. Damn, you have to go like that. See, like me, if I make a movie like that, which people probably wouldn't like, I'd be like, it shows cutting, but then it'll pan to him talking and him cutting. No, not this movie. This movie holds nothing back. I mean, it showed, there's a part where this woman got chopped in half, and the guts busted out, and this one girl got on a bandsaw, and she fell on it, and her guts just went this way, and she like that. And I kept sitting there going, is he trying to be serious or is he trying to be funny? Because there was parts I'm going, I think I know what he's doing. I think it's one of those movies. You ever heard the term this movie knew what it was? I think that's what this movie is. It knew what it was. So it's like, you could take it or you could leave it. So, but I have to say, I'm glad I bought it, but I don't think it's going to go on my physical copy. It might, but I don't know. Because I don't even know if I'm going to watch this again. I might watch it again. But it's intriguing. But it was just an alright movie. But anyway, that's my take on Thanksgiving. Jeez, man. It's a horror suspense. But I did like following the clues. Because I ain't going to lie, while I was watching this movie, I was literally trying to figure things out. And I love that. I was sitting there going, who's doing this? And who is that? Because, you're watching the movie and all the people that are in the movie, the characters and the cast and stuff, you're just like, I'm saying it can't be him, it can't be her, it can't be. I'm like, who is it then? And it's that's what I was doing. So that's why for me, and on your Badu Fandango account, you can rate the movie. I give it 4 stars just for the fact that I was actually in my living room trying to figure out who was doing the killing. So yeah, that's something I like, because I was sitting there going, who's doing it? And I'm trying to figure things out. I'm trying to figure out, while I'm watching a movie, I'm trying to like they're investigating, you're investigating while you're watching this movie and stuff. So anyway, you guys, that's all I got. God bless, take care. I just thought I'd drop a video about Thanksgiving. We'll see you.